Morning. We are here this morning. Thank you all for coming, which, delayed your finals a little bit, right? We're here this morning to celebrate Gwen Redden and wish her well on her trip to lacrosse for state track. So this time, I'm going to introduce Mr. Coach Brett Heimer.
Thank you, Mr. Everything. Good morning, everybody. I'll try to make this. Mr. Wizard said they had 20 minutes for last. Okay, just a couple things. First off, and I apologize if I miss anybody, but thanks to all students, staff, parents, our administration, Gary Lau, Pat Sibyl, Jody, and Terry for all the time, effort, and assistance everyone put into our track program this spring, especially running the regional meet a couple weeks ago. And again, if I missed anybody, thank you for that. Gwen did lie at graduation. She did not finish her book and close the book that she was writing. She has an addendum to finish, which will hopefully take place today and tomorrow at the state track. She was not finished. Gwen will run in the 100-meter high hurdles today at 4 o'clock at UW Lacrosse. She's currently seated 16th. The top 10 16 runners will advance to the finals on Saturday, which will be run Saturday morning. Her goal is to be one of those 10. She said she spoke enough for the last couple of weeks. Okay. Something I want to touch on is how Gwen got to this point. Through her career, whether it be volleyball, wrestling, or track, as many of you know, she had a lot of success. If you're able to watch on this afternoon, or if you were at sectionals to see it, she is by far not your typical hurdler, at 5'3¼ she'll say 5'4". All the other girls will be a lot taller than she is. I think there's three things that have made one very successful. And as young student athletes or older student athletes, I think we all need to learn from this. These are three things that Gwen does extremely well across the board. Number one, she's coachable. She'll pay attention to fine details, whether they're mental or physical. And it doesn't matter which coach he comes from. It could be Coach Krieger in volleyball, it could be Coach Broker in wrestling, it could be Coach Kuhn in track. He coaches purpose. Do what is asked of you when you're coachable. If a coach asks you to do something, a certain workout, a certain exercise, and do a certain technique a certain way, follow their instruction. Don't always believe what you see on TikTok. That's not always correct. Okay? Number two, focus on the process, not the result. Those of you who looked at your yearbook, that's Gwen's quote. She hears that a lot from me. Everyone needs to focus on the process, not the result. If you're focusing on the result, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Gwen can't go into the girls into the blocks tonight or this afternoon and be focusing on what time she needs to get her place, because she's going to struggle. Her first thought is, okay, how she can come out of the blocks. And when she gets out of the blocks, her thought process goes to, okay, what do I need to do to clear that first hurdle? Then the second, then the third, and the fourth, so on and so on, right down the line. Always focus on the process and not the result, whatever the task may be. School, athletics, anything. Focus on what we need to do to get to the end result, not the result itself. Number three is weight training. Those of you that know me, upperclassmen especially, high schoolers, you hear this a lot out of me. Weight training is very important for athletes to be successful. And when you train, you need to get out of your comfort zone. If you skip a lift or don't want to do a lift because you don't like it, or it's hard for you, or you're not 100% sure of your technique, and you're going to bypass those, you're not getting out of your comfort zone. So when you go to compete as an athlete in a certain setting or any pressure situation, for Gwen who was at state wrestling or today, she's going to be used to those situations. But if you bypass and you don't work hard and get yourself out of your comfort zone in those situations, when you're training, when you're on the big stage, you're going to struggle. Whether that be surfing, volleyball, free throw, basketball, in the blocks at track, whatever the case may be. You have to train when you need to compete. Ties in, I know the boys basketball team talked with Coach Brown this year on the Twin Thieves, the fear of failure. Okay? Don't let that turn you away. Let that shouldn't cause you to attack something. That should motivate you. So you don't want to fail. So you're going to work harder. You're not going to skip something. You're not going to bypass it. Neat story. I think it's neat. Some of you might think it's foolish. Wednesday after track practice, Wednesday, Dad, I gotta get my lifts in yet. Go ahead, it's on. I think it was Wednesday. When football players were maxing Wednesday, right? I don't know. Yeah. Gwen came home, I wasn't in there. She came home, I said, how did it go? She goes, well, it was tough. I was tough. She's been doing this for the last 4 years. She said, well, the guys were there for their football match. It was just me and a bunch of the guys. And I'm like, well, okay, did you finish your thing? She goes, yeah. She goes, it was actually kind of nice because I think when they were all in there, it caused me to focus more on my technique and what I'm doing because I don't want to screw up in front of them or look bad in front of them. So I really focus on what I'm doing to cause that to happen. Again, not focusing on the result, me finishing lift and getting out of here, but taking a small process and focusing on your technique to be able to be successful. It's very important. Okay? And I think, as I stated, these three things, being coachable, focusing on the process, and then weight training, is what allowed her to be successful over the course of 4 years. It wasn't her freshman year, this is a long process for her. And she doesn't have the natural ability or size, as they say is typically with hurdlers, If we put her in lots and race the girls that she did at sectionals and 100-meter national without the girls there, she's going to struggle. She'd probably be last when questions asked. But she focuses on a task at hand, learning and fine-tuning the techniques early that allows her to be successful. And you guys, as student athletes, need to do that as well in anything. Focus on those small things. Thank you for coming in this morning. Best of luck, high schoolers, on your finals. Again, she'll run today at 4 o'clock. We'll be updated through Coach Remington. And we'll be leaving here in a half hour. It's only been 9 minutes, less than that. Thank you.
High schools have reported the 5th hour finals will start as soon as we get here. Sixth grade,